Joe Patrick, Dirty South Soccer, here on a dreary day, probably because God's crying from, Tata Martino having left after they played earlier this week on Wednesday in Mercedes-Benz Stadium when Mexico faced off against Venezuela. Let's get right into that. I was at the game, and it was an electric atmosphere. You gotta love when these two teams get together, but especially the Mexican fans just bringing all that pageantry and flair into the stadium. It was really fun to see. Masks, tons of flags as capes, hats of all different types. It was so fun to see. They still do some inappropriate chanting, and that's not good, but overall, very fun night. Great to see Tata Martino back in the building. It was really interesting to just kind of watch his tactical approach again. It's almost like watching Atlanta United from last year. You can really start to see Mexico developing what he wants in the team. So just a great night all around, I think, for everybody. Also, point of contention was they shot fireworks off during the walkouts or before the game. I thought it was great, but I was in the stadium. I was not watching on TV. Apparently on TV it looks really bad. It looks very hazy, but I don't know. In my opinion, Mercedes-Benz Stadium, it's a little sterile at times, kind of looking. It looks brand new. It could use a little bit of seasoning with some fireworks smoke. I thought it was cool. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Another thing to get to is Ezekiel Barco. He is done at the FIFA U20 World Cup, thankfully, for Atlanta United. And I'm sure Atlanta United's front office was doing a little fist pump when they saw him go out. Argentina, of course, lost to Mali. Big upset there. But hey, Ezekiel Barco basically did everything you would want out of him. He made himself probably one of the players of the tournament. Scored what is going to be a contender for the goal of the tournament, although there have been some really good goals. And he comes back with 3 weeks left before Atlanta United's next game, so he'll get a nice, couple weeks off probably to just get some R&R, because he's been doing a ton of traveling and a ton of playing. So it'll be really good for him to have that time off. I think it works out perfectly for Atlanta United. And another thing that works out perfectly for Atlanta United is just generally how this international June break has worked out for the rest of the squad. Atlanta United only has Josef Martinez as its only international player, or its only player on international duty this month, which a month ago it was looking a lot worse than it is. It was looking like you were not going to have Josef, Tito Villalba, Romario Williams, Brad Guzan, Darlington Nagbe. So many of these guys could have been gone and playing games and traveling all during the month of June, and they would have come back tired when Atlanta United has another huge stretch of games going through July. I think they have 8 games in 31 days instead of the 8 games in 28 days. So it's going to be nearly as difficult for Atlanta United coming back out of this summer break, and it's good to see some of these players getting a bunch of rest that they need. So that's all good news. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of news because we're obviously in the window right now in this international break. So there will be some. We'll have some transfer updates for you guys over the next few days and weeks to come. Also have some more videos for you just like this, and maybe some more other maybe tactical stuff. I'm interested in kind of examining Pity Martinez's involvement on the right-hand flank and see how that changes what Atlanta United wants to do tactically. But stay tuned for all that stuff. We'll have it coming to you in a matter of days or weeks, and we will see you guys for the next video.